Welcome to the WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair, and here's a look at your headlines. With the uptick in COVID cases and the expectation that COVID will spread more during the winter months, the Biden administration is pumping $600 million into funding new, free at-home testing kits and also reopening the website covidtests.gov next week. Each household will be able to order up to 4 free tests. The money will make 200 million more tests available, and the government says the new supply should last through the end of the year. Well, lost in all the controversy over the firing of Beaufort County Administrator Eric Greenway, the County Council has approved next year's budget of $152.2 million. The budget's available online at the county's website. The new budget offers increased funding for higher education, indigent care, economic development, and recreation, about $1 million to build a new Port Royal library, nearly $900,000 for more technology equipment for the sheriff's office, and covers a $550,000 increase in health insurance premiums. Well, Beaufort County courts have ordered mediation for 93-year-old native Hilton Head Islander Josephine Wright and the Georgia builder who's suing her to continue building the 150-home Bailey Point housing project off Jonesville Road. If Wright and the builder can't agree on the choice of a mediator, the court will move forward and appoint one. Wright claims the builder is trying to force her off her land to continue its project. The town of Hilton Head Island says it won't grant any permits to the builder until the issue is settled. Well, 5 Bluffton residents have been told to seek medical treatment after being bitten by a rabid raccoon. The raccoon was found near Old Mill Crossing and Stepping Stone Way in Bluffton and tested positive for rabies back on September 16th. This is the first confirmed case of rabies in Beaufort County this year. To date, there have been 63 cases of animal rabies in South Carolina. South Carolina U.S. Representative Nancy Mace is urging her former colleagues at the State House to fix a gap in the law that has allowed adults to attempt to lure children away from their parents without any consequences. Mace supports the passage of a bill that would make it a crime for an adult to try and lure a child into a vehicle, house, or any building without parental consent. Bluffton State Senator Weston Newton, who's the head of the Judiciary Committee, promises to take up the issue in the next legislative session. Mace says she was told of a recent incident in the Lowcountry where a man tried to lure children into his car to go fishing. Now, under the proposed legislation, that would be considered a crime because the man attempted to lure the children without parental consent. For information on these stories and more, be sure to visit the news sources on your screen and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X, which is, of course, formerly Twitter. If you have a story idea, email us at news@WHHI-TV.com. And now, with our sports, here's Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by Lowcosports.com. And it's almost time for another episode of the most entertaining series of the fall, Lowco Friday Nights. Week 5 of the high school football season kicks off Friday night with a trio of Lowco-on-Lowco showdowns, highlighting a 13-game slate involving teams across Lowcosports.com's 4-county coverage area. The team from WHHI will be out in Seabrook, where the Whale Branch Warriors will try to stay undefeated when they take on the winless but hungry Battery Creek Dolphins from up the road. The Dolphins stunned the Warriors last year in Burton, and Jerry Hatcher's team is eager to get back on top in the crosstown rivalry. Beaufort's own will have a live stream of another great matchup, with the Beaufort Eagles traveling across the Broad River to take on the Bluffton Bobcats. Beaufort's defense and ground game have been strong during a 3-game win streak, but the Bobcats boast a high-powered offense, so this one should be interesting. And so should the Skeeza showdown, with undefeated Beaufort Academy trekking to take on Hilton Head Christian Academy, which has won 2 straight in impressive fashion after an 0-2 start. Tons of offensive talent in this one, so keep your head on a swivel. We'll preview every game on the Lowco slate in the Week 5 edition of Lowco Game Day Live, rolling at 12:30 p.m. Friday on the Lowco Media YouTube channel, and then we'll round up all the scores, stats, and highlights in real time on Lowco Pigskin Live at 11:30 p.m. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Great, Justin. And now, with a look at our weather, here's Maria Soden.
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we'll see some nice weather this weekend with some sunshine and the temperatures going up just a little bit. But also we are going to see some storm-like conditions due to a tropical storm off the coast. So taking a look at Friday, it's going to be cloudy and extremely windy starting in the morning and continuing on throughout the day. Also, we are going to have some rip current and coastal flooding warnings in effect. So if you're going to be in the water, do be careful. Taking a look at the temperatures, Hilton's going to have a high of 82, a low of 68. Bluffton's going to high 82, a low of 66, and Beaufort's going to high 81, and a low of 66. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 7:11, and sunset's going to be at 7:20. Looking at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 9:34 a.m., and high tide's going to be at 3:16 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, a little bit into next week, Saturday it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with, again, the rip current warning still in effect. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s. Come Sunday, it's going to be sunny with highs in the mid-80s and lows in the 60s. And then come Monday, it's going to be partly cloudy with highs again in the mid-80s and lows in the 60s. That's it for today. Let's head back to the desk.
Still to come on the WHHI News, we'll find out about some cost-saving measures that Meals on Wheels is taking here in the Low Country. We'll be right back.